Welcome to Fancy Japanese. Let's study fun and easy Japanese with a native voice. Today's topic is particles, which is joshi. It's necessary to use particles to speak, but sometimes it's very difficult to choose the appropriate particles when we speak, right? So here, I will introduce the usage of each particles. So, let's master particles together. Here is the agenda for today. First, I will introduce 11 basic particles, which is necessary to speak Japanese. And after that, we can compare two similar particles so that you can understand the usage of each particle more. And at the last, I will introduce 3 advanced particles. Are you ready? それでは始めましょう。Basic particles 基本的な助詞 Number 1 wa is topic or subject marker. Wa indicates what the sentence is about or what speaker is focusing on. It's a way to show what the sentence is about rather than strictly saying is or am. For example, 私は学生です。I am a student. 今日は寒いですね。Today is cold, isn't it? Number 2. Ga is subject marker. Ga often marks the subject when the speaker is talking about something new or unexpected. It's commonly used in questions to ask who or what. For example, 猫が好きです。I like cats. In this case, we emphasize the subject, which is cat. Example 2. 誰が来ますか? When we ask question using who, then we use 誰が, not 誰は. Number 3. Wo is direct object marker. Wo is used to mark the direct object of a verb. It shows what action is being done to which object. For example, 本を読みます. I read a book. We explain what we read using wo, which is object marker. Example 2. リンゴを食べます. I eat an apple. Explain what we eat. We eat apple, which is リンゴを食べます. Number 4. Ni is direction or time or purpose marker. Ni indicates direction, a specific point in time or purpose. It's used for showing where something is going, when something happens, or for showing the indirect object of an action. For example, 学校に行きます. I go to school. In this case, to is ni in Japanese. Example 2. 8時に起きます. I wake up at 8 o'clock. When we have at before clock, we need ni. 8時に起きます. Example 3. 友達にプレゼントをあげました. I gave a gift to my friend. To my friends. To is ni. Example 4. 家に本があります. There's some book in the house. In this case, in is ni. In the house. 家に. Number 5. De is location or means marker. De indicates where an action takes place or the means by which something is done. It's used to specify the location where the action occurs or the tool or transport used for the action. For example, 公園で遊びます. I play at the park. At is de in Japanese. At the park. 公園で 遊びます。Example 2. バスで行きます。I go by bus. By is there, which is way to go. Example 3. 電話で話しました。I talked on the phone. Phone is a tool for the action, so we need で as on. On the phone. 電話で話しました。Example 4. 日本語で書きます。I write in Japanese. In this case, Japanese is a tool to write. So in Japanese is で書きます。Number 6. と is earned and read or quotation marker. To has several uses. First one, to connects nouns meaning and or with. Or to is used to indicate what someone says or thinks, which is quotation marker. For example, 犬と猫が好きです。I like dogs and cats. And is と。Example 2. 友達と映画を見ました。I watched a movie with my friend. With is と in Japanese. Example 3. と呼んでください。Please call me Tom. Tom could have a quotation in this case. So, Tom と呼んでください。Example 4. 彼は行きたいと言いました。He said, I want to go. I want to go have a quotation, so we need to after quotation. Number 7. も means also or too. Mo is used to express also or too. It can replace wa or ga in certain context and implies inclusion. It's often used to indicate similarity or agreement. For example, 私も行きます。I will go too. In this case, we can say 私は行きます。I go. But wa changes to も as I will also go. Example 2. 私もそう思います。I also think so. We can also say 私はそう思います as I think so. But は is changed to も as I also think so. Number 8. A is a direction marker. A is used to show direction or destination. It's similar to ni, but typically used for physical movement or when emphasizing the direction rather than the destination. For example, 家へ帰ります。I am going home. But we can also say 家に帰ります。Almost same meaning. Example 2. 駅へ行きます。I am going to the station. We can also use に駅に行きます as I am going to the station as well. Number 9. No. No is possessive or descriptive marker. It shows possession or describes relationships between nouns. It can be translated as of or the possessive s or z in English. It can also link nouns to create compound nouns or describe characteristics. For example, 私の本です。It's my book. My plus noun should be 私の something. Example 2. 日本の文化が好きです。I like Japanese culture. Here, we want to explain what kind of culture it is, which is 日本の文化が好きです。Number 10. 時 Toki is for when or time. Toki is used to indicate a point in time when something happens. It's often used with a verb to describe what happens during a specific time. For example, 勉強するとき、音楽を聴きます。When I study, I listen to music. 時 is when, and when comes at the beginning of the sentence. Example 2. 子供の時、よく公園で遊びました。When I was a child, I often played at the park. Same as example 1, when should be at beginning of the sentence. Number 11. から。から is for from or because. から indicates the starting point or cause. It can be translated as from or because in English. For example, 日本から来ました。I came from Japan. Here, from, is から。Example 2. 3時から授業があります。There is a class from 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is the starting point here, so we need from as から。Similar particles. 似た助詞。Number 1. は or が。So here is the differences between は and が。While は introduces the topic of the sentence, which may be already known information, が emphasizes the subject or introduces new or important information about what is being discussed. Here's the example. We have 私は学生です as I am a student, and also 私が学生です as I am the one who is a student. When we say 私は学生です、私 I is the topic, and the sentence is simply telling you about me. But when we say 私が学生です、私 is emphasized as the subject, and you are focusing on the fact that I am a student. Number 2. に or え Next is the differences between に and え While に indicate a specific destination, point of arrival, time or purpose, え show direction, so where you are heading or not necessarily where you will arrive. Here's the example. We have 学校に行く as go to school, and also 学校へ行く as go towards school. So when we say 学校に行く means going to the school, and it's clear that the destination is the school. But when we say 学校へ行く, that means going in the direction of the school, but it doesn't necessarily specify whether you reach the school or not. So this is the differences. Do you get it? Advanced particles. 発展的な助詞。Number 1. には。には is for emphasis or contrast or focus. には is combination of に and は。には is used to emphasize a location, time, or situation as the topic of discussion, or to highlight something in contrast. For example, 学校には行きません。I don't go to school. In this case, we emphasize school. I don't go to school, but maybe I go to somewhere else. Example 2. 日本には行きました。I went to Japan. Also, emphasize Japan here. I went to Japan, but I didn't go to other places. Number 2. では。では is for emphasis or contrast. This is the combination of で and は。では can emphasize a place, method, or situation, and it's used to show a limitation or contrast within the context. For example, 学校では勉強をします。I study at school. We emphasize school, so I study at school, but maybe I don't study in the house. Example 2. リンゴは好きではありません。I don't like apples. In this case, we highlight apples. リンゴは好きではありません。When we say I don't like blah blah blah, we need 好きではありません all the time. Number 3. えは えは is for emphasis or contrast. This is a combination of え and わ. えは is used when you want to emphasize the destination or place you are talking about, or when you are contrasting it with something else. For example, 東京へは行かない. I won't go to Tokyo. Here we emphasize Tokyo. I won't go to Tokyo, but I will go to other places maybe. Example 2. 学校へは行かない. I won't go to school. Also, we emphasize school here. I won't go to school, but maybe I will go to other places. Does it make sense? That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, write a comment below. Also, it will be very appreciated if you could subscribe this channel. Thank you, and bye bye. さようなら.